Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we are, game number 1 now of our next series of the day. We got a European finals. We got Kinguin taking on Mad Lads here in this best of 3 now. Winner goes to the StarLadder I League Invitational season number 5. The main event that is the minor tournament. The losing team, once again, going to be coming up just short here. I'm BreakyCPK, going to be joined by Potom here as my co-caster once again. And I'm looking forward to this one. You know, I happen to know both these teams fairly well, and, you know, players especially on Mad Lad's side. And always exciting when I get the chance to cast both of these squads. But we'll see how it plays out here, Potom.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, looking at the picks so far, we've seen one of the specials from Mad Lads already with the toss coming out. After Team Kinguin kind of banned all the signature heroes they were picking up in the last couple of weeks, both Sun King, Tiny, and Jericho done for. Yeah, I mean this speaks books. Just Lone Druid second pick. Yeah, we know what to expect here, right?
Yeah.
Just the Mad Lads show.
The thing with Mad Lads too, the last time I actually casted them. Which kind of was for another qualifier event a couple weeks ago. They were playing without maybe next time, who's officially their 5th player, of course. And they got all the way to the finals where they lost to OG in the end. So now here they are, kind of another chance, obviously a big event here, a chance to qualify for their first land with this squad. Running with maybe next time in full. But yeah, you mentioned the Lone Druid second pick. It's not often we see that early of a Lone Druid. There's a couple players that come to mind, Ace specifically for Team Secret. But definitely excited to see how they run the Lone Druid. Again, we just saw the ranged build earlier today. We'll have to wait and see how this draft plays out, but anything's a potential, apparently.
Yeah, and looking at the draft so far, on the other side, we have something exciting as well. Elder Titan, Nature's Prophet early on. That is a powerful combination, especially with Sprite into the potential Echo Storm, having a lot of utility in the team fight already. They keep banning out supports. Tusk is on the field. There's still a Witch Doctor to be taken by Mad Lads. Not sure if they want to go for that or even go for like the double raiming with like Tusk Bounty Hunter or Tusk with a Disruptor maybe. Focus lanes more. Right now, the Lone Druid can comfortably sit in one of the lanes and be completely fine. They're just looking for more ganking potential, especially because they have to counter out this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Witch Doctor and Bounty Hunter are most certainly both heroes that Cinderin does prefer to play, so I think either one of those candidates are very real here for Mad Lads. So we'll see what they determine in the end. Obviously, Witch Doctor would be a little bit more the early aggression, as you said, with the roaming Tusk. Buy more time for the Lone Druid, free up the map for him. So I would maybe lean towards that, but for now they're thinking of their 5th ban to go. But yeah, the Nature's Prophet Elder Titan on the other side. Seeing that first pick, Nature's Prophet, it's becoming more and more popular as of late. We just saw the previous series of that game too. Again, in the losing effort, still the off-lane Nature's Prophet did a hell of a job trying to lead his team to victory, but can be a support even. So I like the Nature's Prophet picked up first, especially.
Yeah, it's that open pick in the sense that you do the same with the Dragon Knight if it comes to picking. So you pick Nature's Prophet. If the enemy team commits to just completely shutting him down or cutting him out in the draft, then you just run him as a support or a potential position 4, and you'll be fine off. If they don't, however, you can still put him in the core position, and especially with the Elder Titan coming out, he's the same kind of hero. You can go for position 4 Elder Titan, you can even play him on 5, but he can also shine as an offlaner on the dual melee lane or something. So I don't see a Dazzle coming out. That's unusual.
Yeah, it's
at least no Hosker game.
Well, there is that potential always, but there are a couple of teams that do come to mind. I think Kinguin is one of them. OG's another one. Fly likes to play Dazzle. I know Elisa, who, by the way, is a stand-in good player. I'm 99% certain that is Elisa, so just to clarify that. He does have history playing Dazzle as well, so there's the Witch Doctor. Again, Cinderin's specialty amongst just being a strong support right now, the active gameplay earlier on. But Dazzle, there are some fun things you can do specifically in the offlane with the Dazzle Nature's Prophet. You know, the heal bomb with the Nature Prophet treants. A lot of damage to come. So I think that may be ultimately what we're going to be seeing here from Kinguin.
Yeah, that's right. That's a really perfect combo. You also have an Elder Titan, so you have the potential Nature's Prophet Elder Titan Dazzle trial lane. Not something you see every game, that's for sure. He's probably going to take more of a roaming role on the Elder Titan, and they run Nature's Prophet as their offlaner with a Dazzle. It can still modify the lineup quite a lot. You still see those potential carries that come along with the Dazzle. Terrorblade would come to mind just to pick him up, but Dazzle as a substitute for an Omni Knight. and just try to secure a carry as much as possible. However, Mad Lads, I wonder if they want to pick up something like a Leaner in the mid lane. I've seen quite a lot of games where they just pick Leaner up and then just continue with the Leaner through the series. And yeah, that's the Terrorblade.
Seeing a Terrorblade, especially when he's not banned right yet, no one's really that surprised in the end. But yeah, a strong hero here as it is amongst many games. No doubt for Team Kinguin
10 seconds remaining.
And what they want to be doing. So the Mad Lads knowing that, at least still need their offlane as well as their mid hero, you'd guess. Probably going to go more offlane here. I'm always a fan of the Underlord. Keizu, I know he has history playing a bit of Underlord as well. So there's Underlord, Beastmaster. I know he likes to play quite a bit.
Radiant team back.
Couple of the potential options. StarLadder is also on that list.
That's good. That's their hunting hero together with the Tusk for that Nature's Prophet, so they're fully banking on the Lone Druid just to go up toe-to-toe later on. Still not sure if we actually see the Bear build again. This looks like a good range game for the Lone Druid again.
10 seconds
We just
remaining.
keeps applying pressure to the team fight and trying to dodge out the Elder Titan as much as
5
possible instead of just
remaining.
chasing away. Because Terrorblade is fairly good at just hitting down big targets like the Bear, for example, and he doesn't take as much damage. There's really no amplify besides the Melodic coming out from Mad Lads so far, so no big minus armor on the field.
I'm also looking at heroes still open. Razor is still on the board, and we talk about Lone Druid. Razor, potentially pretty good with that link against the Bear, but it does go back to, if they even see the Razor on top of that, will we see Lone Druid then adapt and go that ranged build instead? So you do always have to keep that in mind as well for Team Kinguin, not to necessarily go overkill with that idea, but Razor is always, it feels like, a pretty strong hero, so maybe something that we still potentially could be seeing here as a mid hero here.
Yeah, it would definitely fill the gap for Team Kinguin against both the Bad Rider as well as having a little bit of an answer to the Lone Druid. However, you're up against a Tusk, and there's still heroes like Shadow Fiend in the pool, so you might run into a lot amount of heavy magic burst damage, and with a Tusk in the mid, Witch Doctor there as well, I don't think they want to take the risk. So instead, maybe go for something like a Dragon Knight for Team Kinguin, just to have that reliable push coming in. Nature's Prophet, Dragon Knight, Terrorblade. That's a lot of pushing power. You can always apply pressure with those. And yeah, Tinkerban. You mentioned it last series. Yeah. No surprise with Terrorblade on the field.
Yeah, they spend a lot of reserve time there to ultimately come to that conclusion, but yeah, sure enough. Tinker, the one thing with the Tinker this game, it would have been a little greedy with the Lone Druid on top of that. Both heroes, that's going to be a bit of time before, expecting them to come online, you could say. So that's where I think Kinguin was thinking. It's like, do we give them Terrorblade, even though he's good against, or do we give them Tinker, even though he's good against Terrorblade? But they settle for the ban, and I completely understand that, of course, coming out from them. But now, another mid option, I would think one that could be more active earlier on, right? So there's always the Puck, the Queen of Pain, the Viper perhaps has been pretty popular lately for Mad Lads.
The Viper could work out phenomenally well against the Terrorblade. Not too bad against the Nature's Prophet either. He's not easily gankable. He might fall a little bit short against Elder Titan with the minus armor involved together with the heal bomb from Dazzle. There's a lot of natural minus armor already on Team Kinguin, so I'm not sure if another agility hero slapped on top of that is the play to go for. Oh, they ban out the Brute just in case, and I can understand why they choose to do that.
Yeah, it's so far.
That's not a lineup you want to go up against the Brute with.
Exactly, that is like their lineup so far is not maybe the greatest at dealing with the Brute Mother. Yeah, Bat Rider's okay, but everyone else, not the greatest, so understandable banning.
10 seconds
banning a Brood Mother here in the final, so. But their final pick, they got a little bit of time, 30 seconds of reserve time to work with. I'm still leaning towards, like I said, the Viper, Queen of Pain, Puck. Would have to be at the top of the list here for Quickfoot. Lena has been more popular. I go back to her as well. Maybe that's what we see Quickfoot play, actually, as well.
It could work out against the Terrorblade as well as having a Light Strike Array, another remove for the Pension Sprout in the fight. They already have the Bad Rider for now, so it's going to be Weaver. That's some minus armor. I can understand.
Yeah, not the direction I expected to see Mad Lads going, though. And this also begs the question, is this going to be a Quakefa Lone Druid with a Madara Weaver
10 seconds
coming out
remaining.
here? So maybe that'll determine with this final pick.
Choose your hero.
Oh, the bad counter. coming with the shield on the last pick. That is a really good call. They have a lot of protection for this Terrorblade. There's Dazzle with the obvious Grave, as well as having the armor. Elder Titan for the disengage. Abaddon with the perfect shield to prevent any lasso. And you still have Nature's Prophet who can just apply pressure on the sidelines while you're trying to team fight. So I really like the Kinguin line. I'm a little bit worried about the Madara Weaver. You're up against an Elder Titan, you're an agility carry, you're gonna lose all your armor, and Terrorblade isn't known to do burst damage. If you don't manage to burst down a Terrorblade, he's just gonna sunder one of your team, and then you're up against a Terrorblade who's just gonna run over your team.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do like that Abaddon final pick. You're right. It does fit very well to the draft of Kinguin, and it is a bit of a curveball, because this does mean we are going to see now what potentially could be a safe lane Nature's Prophet. I mean, Exotic Deer is the one playing it, so he usually is their position 1, but obviously depending on matchups, they could switch things around right here and whatever Mad Labs decides to do. But yeah, that Aphotic Shield especially is going to be really strong in this game. And now into the laning phase we do go. So who's playing? It's Qualifier on the Lone Druid. Okay. So sure enough, and Madara, yeah, on Weaver.
For battle.
So we're going to have a Lone Druid versus Terrorblade middle lane? Is that going to be happening here? Yes, it could.
No Shield Tangos on them yet, so it's the Bad Rider in mid apparently with Kazu taking the Tangos. That's interesting. Terrorblade against Bad Rider. That is a lane that Nisha wants to swap out. They do not want Terrorblade going up against them, not if he does not have heavy support coming in. There's a Tusk and a Witch Doctor on the side of Mad Lad, so there's no way they stay with him in mid. The last thing you want is getting Fireflied up in the mid lane while you're in the Tusk shots.
You look at the bottom lane, all 5 smoked up here for Mad Lads, but I feel like we saw Mad Lads do this a bit too the previous times I've been watching them, so Kinguin doing the research and figuring that could be the case here, and they're right. So no first blood to be found. Instead, they will get some vision down. You already do see an early ward placed by the Radiant side, though. And there's the mid ward also coming out. So bottom side of the map vision. More dire team here.
The Radiant ward was really effective, so they spotted the rotation. They're gonna know there isn't water in the area. I'm not sure if they actually spotted both. They could predict the one in mid with the movement. But regarding vision, they still have one more left on the side of Kinguin, and if they are small enough, and I feel like it's the sentry already. Nope, one more Dazzle. But they're gonna know about these walls, so they're gonna play around it effectively, and looks like they're rotating the lane towards the bottom, so Solo Terrorblade top, they swapped up the lanes.
Yeah, so they want Terrorblade up here. Lone Druid, though, he's already moving. And I was going to say, so they were going aggressive trialing initially. They saw that the Abaddon was going to be in the area, but that's not going to be the case. So now we see some more reaction coming out. Here comes Terrorblade. Lone Druid now finding himself in the middle lane. So a lot of musical lanes going on here in the early game. Metamorphosis already used by Nisha right off the bat as he comes into the bottom lane. So Madara up here, or down here even, he's going to be in a little bit of a tough spot. And I was going to say probably going to TP, and sure enough he does. And here goes Bat Rider.
Yeah, that makes it a total of 5. No, that's a total of 6 swaps already, 1 minute in. So, one more and we're back to the original lanes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Dazzle, or Witch Doctor, excuse me, in the area. Too, but Dazzle is on the Radiant side, of course. Going to put the pressure on Kazu, but it is still a tri-lane here from Mad Lads, just with the Bat Rider instead, and they're going to go for Terrorblade, actually. Now comes a heal. Again, at least at only level 1, so no save with the Shallow Grave coming out. Flame Break pushback, and it will be enough damage to secure that kill. They do lose Witch Doctor in return, but it's always safe to say, Mad Lads, they're just fine with that. First blood, and only loses the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, and with that early Flame Break on the Bat Rider as well, it's just so much damage you have to do straight out. Ooh. Yeah, you get a good chance.
Katsor, he's in trouble. The cask is not going to bounce back, but it doesn't matter. Maybe next time. He's already 2-0-0 to start things off here. Very good ice shards, as you mentioned, coming out. So, the bear in the middle lane, by the way, nearly dies. Koikba keeps it alive, then he summons a new one before he gives up the bounty, so well played there. Got it. But 2-0 start now for Mad Lads.
Yeah, Terrorblade is sitting on one last hit. He just used his Metamorphosis, so he doesn't have any amplifier for those in the lane. He's up against the Bad Rider, he's on level 2, he's aiming on level 3. Tusk is now rotating into his flank as well. So these lanes are going really good for Mad Lads right now, I could say.
Goes back to the Witch Doctor pick, and again, You pick up a Witch Doctor as your main support if you want to be roaming and aggressive, it feels like, and that's exactly what Cinderen's doing now. Gonna run into a Treant, so well played by Nature's Prophet, expecting something coming up. Saw that Witch Doctor was missing bottom lane perhaps, and he was right, so gets that information at least. Lone Druid, though, 11-3 against Nature's Prophet, that's 9-4. I'm watching a little bit of this top lane, too. Patos and Abaddon, he is having a very good time up here. Right now, 16-5 against an 8-1 Weaver currently, so it's going to be farmed Abaddon.
Yeah. Abaddon is just farming away. He definitely get the best out of all these invitations. Still feel like Kelsey's doing so much pressure on the Terrorblade, and Nisha is not getting anything right now. He's sitting on 7 losses on the Terrorblade. His own Abaddon is doubling, if not almost tripling him up in terms of lost hits. They have to do something in order to prevail so the turret doesn't fall behind too much. They start pulling the lane now, but this is a bad rider we're talking about. He's level 3 as well. If he takes up that Firefly, your stack is gone. He's going to take a lot of experience, and there's nothing you can do to prevent him from doing so.
But because of the other lanes going so well, including this top lane, we are seeing the rotation now kicking in. So back to the bottom lane, by the way, they're going for a kill on Bat Rider. The Echo Stomp connects as you see the Metamorphosis activated as well. There's that Firefly. Keizu, he'll be fine for now. He does not have a TP, though. They know this. They're going to get occupied with Tusk, though. Nisha wants to be careful not to die himself throughout all this. The Flame Break and go the Snowball maybe next time. What a player once again. They finish off Terrorblade. Even with Dazzle here with a Shallow Grave, they couldn't save him. That return burst damage was real, man.
This is such a great combination. Firefly together with the Snowball, just ensuring you can close the gap to get on the enemy carry. That's eye candy to watch.
And he just used the Metamorphosis. So much for that. That's going to be on cooldown yet again for another 110 seconds. Keizu, feel like we've seen this before. He's going to be fine. Just simply walks away. So not much more Dazzle and Elder Titan can do there, but they're still going to stick down here. I think now it's finally we're going to see a little bit of opening for Terrorblade after a couple of deaths, but it's absolutely needed. Top lane, by the way, Cinderin poured in from Exotic Deer. He's going to go for the TP play himself, but it's not nearly in time, so good movement from Nature's Prophet. Finds the kill.
Yeah, they're going to make some pressure on the Weaver as well. Weaver is not good at actually timing creep waves. Might find maybe next time.
Well, they're going to say hello. And then not much else.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See what you're doing there. Go away.
Yeah, this is my room. Quakefoot, by the way, he's again a Lone Druid and going what seems like is a little bit more of the recent builds. We saw it in the previous series at Dream League. Like I said, it was played quite a bit as this Helm of the Dominator first. But he does have the Radiance queued up, so leads us to believe, of course, expect the Bear build coming out from Quakefoot. Bottom lane, Elder Titan gets out, by the way, as we were seeing there. But man, he's already taken out this tier 1 middle tower, and he's going to get it at this rate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, did
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Nicely done. That's a lot of effort for us going into nothing. Abaddon falling top.
Yeah, I kind of caught that as he was dying, basically. I would not have expected it, but he's on level 6 yet, so of course, naturally, no borrowed time, but you look at the death summary, it was damage happening for a while, a good 10+ seconds. That's Maledict for you. Ticking him down. Secures that, so slows down his farm, and all of a sudden the CS is actually looking very good now for Mad Lads. You got Weaver and Lone Druid on top of the charts.
Grand gift from the Increase.
Ooh, that's a smoke play.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bat Rider.
Really early spike, but full Bat Rider, it should have enough to bring down Exotic Deer if they catch him. You have to rely on Tusker. He's spotted Epic Hazel on the high ground.
Yep, he's going to go snowball on through, though. Here comes Keizu. Does not have his lasso just yet. Only level 4. The heal, though, from Elisa. Does have that Shallow Grave. Going to pop it. Allow for the TP on Exotic Deer. No, the cask hits. And Exotic Deer is going to eventually fall to the burn. Elisa will survive, but if he could have done it the other way, he would have definitely made that happen. So good job by Mad Lads taking the priority target. And they're going to shrine up. They're playing very well. They are smooth right now with their movement.
Yeah, maybe next time it's really to stall the show right now. Pretty sure every shot so far led to a kill from his perspective, and just ensuring that the Terry doesn't have that explosive start. He's still struggling a little bit. He's recovering. Don't get me wrong. He's looking towards some items, but now Kez is back on the lane, and they're going to pressure him once more. And once those sticky nail stacks go up, he has to get back.
Oh no. It's already on 3. He's going to TP away, Flame Break. It's been a while since that stopped TP, so doesn't hear. And he does make it out, but I mean, look at how low he even gets. Oh, he didn't port back to the base. They went for the Shrine. He actually is still in trouble, though. He'll pop the Metamorphosis as he gets the Shrine use and trying to kill off the bear. Meanwhile, but Qualifier, he's running. He does have a resummon in worst case. Great shard block again. Does not hit Katsor, though, but it does spread them out. Now they're going for the turn. The Echo Stomp in the face of the Snowball. He sits in it the whole time, preventing himself from getting stunned. He does still get killed, as the Shallow Grave will save Katsor as well. And so a 1-0 Kinguin. Nope, never mind. He's dead.
Just in the end. Half a second on the grave and he would have survived.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, so they make it a 1-for-1.
It's a 1-for-1, but meanwhile the Weaver's farming. Terrorblade was in this fight, so he had to waste a little bit of time for him. The next Metamorphosis is going down as well, so I feel like they're getting a lot more out of these lanes, especially with the Weaver on top, and he's getting phenomenal farm. He's sitting on top of the last enchant. He had a net worth as well, but it's not too much of a concern early on.
Yeah,
Abaddon's struggling quite a lot against them.
Well, it kind of goes back. Remember earlier on we were saying how Patos was looking really good, but as the levels have added up, clearly that's given more of an advantage to Weaver, and it's allowed him to play in the face of Patos quite a bit more with the level 4 Sakuchi now. Because maybe next time he's still on the run. Snowball, back to the creep. Boy, if he's going to be fine, Madara is going to sneak on in and try to be a distraction. If anything, the Sprout misses, gets Vision, Sigil coming out. Maybe next time, still on the run. The 10 seconds before another Snowball. He's going to use the shards right there to block as Madara is now beating down Katsor. Now comes the Aphotic Shield. Here's the heal as well. Here comes Witch Doctor, though, as this fight continues to go on. It seems like more reinforcements coming from the Dire team, including Keizu now. Again, no lasso just yet, but he's here with Flame Break and that Firefly good to go. TP out from Elder Titan, but they're going to catch it more here as Exotic Deer, the Aphotic Shield, saving initially, but not nearly enough. Cannot get the turn kill either. And now Patos with no borrowed time. Aphotic Shield will mitigate some damage, but Madara going deep for this. Out comes a kill again from Elisa. And will do just enough to save him for now, but Madara still wants to make a play here. He's going pretty deep. No time lapse. Gotta be a little bit careful. Fall back,
yeah, he wants to have extend against this, but there's an Aphotic Shield, there's a Dazzle on the field, there's a potential Stomp coming out. They have so many spells that can actively save at least 2 people. And while Qualifier is split pushing with the helm of the Dominator and they're finished up, it still feels like they're not doing enough for Team Mad Lads here. Like, it's a Terrorblade farming, he's recovering quite fast actually.
Yeah, switching over. Behind. Well, net worth wise, he's still 4th in the game, basically caught up with Batrider, but as I said, keyword recovering is what he's doing here. Vakula finished. As, ooh, up here. Madara goes down, actually. The Shallow Grave from Dazzle keeps him alive and allows for the turn. So finally, Madara, he overstayed his welcome. It felt like he was not afraid to play aggressive up there, and they do get the turn kill on him.
Weaver really runs into a lot of trouble against the Seal Bomb you mentioned with the trains coming out. And just so much damage he can't really deal with. That's also physical, so getting out of the fight when the Elder Titan is around. Overall, he should be doing fine. He's still farming. On top of the net worth anymore. He just dropped down from 2nd slot to 6th slot. That's because it's so close right now. It's not even a 1k lead for any side here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very close amongst all the cores, really, as you're getting at. But how about Patos and his decision to go a Helm of the Dominator himself? And it's kind of almost, you almost wonder if it's a response to Londred as well, the fact that he can take his minion away, but also just kind of a good aura to have for his own team. So he'll have that in the near future here. As got to be careful with the enemies nearby. Madara again, keeping on the outskirts. Aphotic Shield, keeping Katsor alive for now. Maybe next time charging in. He's got both shards and the Snowball. Using the shards, misses. The Snowball will eventually connect, though, and this is definitely dead Elder Titan. He was a bit of a distraction. Space created once again.
Kill. Cinderin might be in trouble.
Radiant's bottom
straight up TV way.
It's a pretty good tool against Nature's Prophet, yeah.
Yeah, you can't really stop a TP at all, so can't stop.
Lone Druid, 1,700 plus gold saved up, so that Radiance, it's coming along nicely here for Qualifier. The Helm of the Dominator. Top of the net worth charts here. So do you think the Radiant team, they should be, is there something else they should be doing, pushing objectives or what, you know, working around Terrorblade right now, trying to make something happen before the Radiance comes online, or can they not?
Well, I feel like they have the ultimate answer, which is the Terrorblade, and they're comfortable just dragging this game along. They have Nature's Prophet as well, so they have push whenever they want to, and just doing some light pressure with the Abaddon. You see them creeping out of bottom, so it's validating now what you just said.
Dire are
Just
scanning.
going for light pushes. Don't overcommit to team fights because Nisha is not
Radiant's
really in a
top
position where he
tower is
can't
under
fight
attack.
at all.
Dire's bottom tower
Always gotta
is
watch
under
out for the
attack.
Bad Rider coming in.
Dire's structures
Might as well make some
are
pressure, force them away from the Terrorblade, farm him off, and then just slowly drag this game across.
Speaking of the Bat Rider, the drum's finished. The Blink again coming along, 50-50 gold saved up. Got the
Radiant's
bottom
top
tier
tower
1
is
tower.
under
It's
attack.
definitely dead here. It's a massive
Dire's
push that's been
bottom tower
happening for
is
about
under
30
attack.
seconds or so.
Dire's bottom
And they'll
tower
use that
has
to push it
fallen.
in.
Radiant's
And Nature's
top
Prophet, he
tower
thought
has
about
fallen.
TPing. He actually cancels it. Is going to stick around. Now, of course, he has this ability. So not
Dire's
the end of the world.
structures are fortified.
But they're committing to this. Cats are in the back lines. He does get the sleep on Weaver. We'll be wearing off in a second, though. Out comes Ear Splitter as well, but now Madara, he's ready to fight. Metamorphosis activated for this from Nisha. He does have Stunner, worst case, too. They do kill the tower, and King will get a retreat after that. So you see the bottom tier 2 taking some damage from Qualifier, but it feels like overall very good sequence of events there for King. And they're going to lose Elisa, but getting a tier 2 tower of it, I think they're fine.
It's free to do that early in the game, that gives him a little space. Well, it's not the most important tire of the bottom lane. It's still something. You have a Nature's Prophet, so he's gonna exert even more pressure on those side lanes once more. Qualifier homing in on the Radiance. Not sure if actually wants to commit it. I think he's still a little bit undecided what they want to go for with the Dominator. It's like the mediocre build, I can go either way kind of itemization. We might as well just see a fast Maelstrom coming out so he can even postpone his decision for longer. But ultimately, I think you want to pay against the Terrorblade.
That was so well played, but maybe next time. Cinderin is still alive, barely. Now Nature's Prophet, he's going to get turned, actually, it looks like. His TP out with the Melodic Tick is not going to be enough. Cinderin ends up surviving. I mean, he's still not out of the woods just yet, but looks like he will live in the long run. So great save initially from Tusk coming out. Allows him to live, buys time for the turn kill. Dazzle bottom lane, he does have a shallow grave. So again, overcommitting, you've got to be careful if you're Mad Lads. They do have the time lapse on Madara. There's the shallow grave, time lapse, going for the kill. The Shikuchi will eventually finish him off. He takes some good tower damage, but it's not nearly enough. And he actually just about has the Lincolns now finished. He is going the no boots build, by the way, on his Weaver.
I mean, who needs boots? If you have a false Lincoln sphere, you just run. I feel like you really only need the brown boots on him. It's just Weaver after all. I feel like he feels super comfortable in this game as well. There's just nothing that can really come close to killing him off unless he overextends against damage. Even builds the Lincoln Sphere prematurely towards the Nature's Prophet Orchid coming out soon. So who's going to stop it? There's no big lesson. There's no big silence they have. The only thing they have right now is stomp into a lot of damage that he can't avoid. So
Yeah.
he should be fine off of just the Lincoln Sphere, then go for more aggressive items.
Interesting choice from Abaddon here. He's looking to go the Blade Mill next after his Helm of the Dominator. What do you think the logic is there?
I think it's reasonable against the Bad Rider just to stick to the Firefly, have some additional damage coming out. He also feels a little bit for his life because he's committing the Apothic Shield to his teammates. He also skipped the Mist Call, so he doesn't really have like a deny possibility or anything. He's gonna fight the lane through it, maybe.
This is a big find here from Kinguin. The Earth Splitter coming out. Qualifier, he is damn tanky, but not going to be tanky enough in the long run. They eventually find him. They run him down. His Radiance is going to be stalling now because of that kill. So good find from them. You see Mad Lads as a team. The four of them are smoked up as if they may still want to take a fight here. If they can flank them maybe, but I don't think they're going to find their angle, actually. They're going to fall back.
Invisibility.
So Nisha has really picked it up. And yeah, you look at Nisha now. All of a sudden he's topping net worth on Terrorblade. So much for that early start that was pretty awful. Not so much anymore.
Metamorphosis with the Dominator and everything coming in. This tire's going to fall in no time before, especially if it's B in the mix.
They want to kind of fight this, but again, yeah, no Lone Druid, no Radiance still. It's how much can you really do if you're Mad Lads here?
Dire's top tower
The answer is not a whole lot. They lose tier 2. Not overcommitting, understandable. And the rest are going to TP away. So Kinguin's doing a great job of taking objectives throughout this game. We saw it with the bottom push, now we see with the top push. Oh, nice shards again. connecting on a Dazzle, actually. So can he delay this as long as possible? He's got support coming in. Walrus Punch. They really want this kill. The Phonic Shield. TP. That was desperate, but not going to work. Pantos is now caught, though, by the Shard block. He has his borrowed time. Definitely going to need to be used right here, it looks like. But there's a lasso shortly after, so they're going to pull him back in. Another Phonic Shield. Going to go for his own TP. No, the snowball connects. And they do take him out. So a couple of kills coming out from Atlas at the end of it.
That's fine. He's playing so well on the Tusk right now. So far, if you ask me, he's the MVP. Early game with the gold chance multiple times, just giving space to the Bard Rider, and now we see him constantly making space, leading to another 2 kills in this Kinguin. It just feels like he's doing everything right. Yeah, like it's a Tusk. He's known to just catch the enemy team off guard. With a lone druid on the in the lineup, you know, yeah, he is committing to the Radiance.
Yeah, it's no surprise there.
As well. 600 gold. It's still a decent time if it's not dying once.
Yeah, I think if you're Mad Lance, overall it's not too bad. Like I said, the Helm of the Dominator finished before. You got boots even on both, so bit of investment, but yeah, he will finish the Radiance now. As Bat Rider, he's hunting. Oh, he doesn't have a lasso. I was wondering. He caught Terrorblade, but no lasso, so can't really make a play there. Onto the Terrorblade. Meanwhile, Exotic Deer, the Orchid's finished, and he's going to TP away before they catch him. Leave the army of trees to push out the bottom lane. But yeah, so we see the Orchid now for Nature's Prophet. Looking to make plays here. Is there a priority in these fights that you think he's looking to use the Orchid on? Try to pick off?
I think you want to lock down the Terrorblade if you're looking at Madara, who's building up the Orchid.
I was talking about Nature's Prophet having it, sorry.
Yeah, well, the way to say. So if you're Exotic Deer, you really either want to lock down the Tusk so he doesn't screw you over, or just prevent the Bat from doing stuff in the fights. The ideal target would be the Weaver if you somehow manage to pop the Lincoln Sphere, but there's not much that can actually accomplish that unless you have like a missed call coming out.
Now this is interesting, by the way. No Weaver expert, but I feel like I've seen a lot of Weavers go the 20 mana break. We talk about it all the time because of just how much assisted damage it brings to the table, especially if you go an early Diffusal Blade. But Madara actually went to 35% XP gain instead. So, of course, much faster levels as a result, but that is interesting. Seeing that choice there.
Yeah, I think this is due to the fact that he wants to reach level 20 as fast as possible, so you have more swarm armor reduction on the Terrorblade. It's all about reducing Terrorblade's armor to bits so they can effectively fight. They already have a disadvantage because there's an Elder Titan on the field, means you're gonna end up with less armor in general, so you gotta compensate for that a little bit. That might be the spiking point. There's also the Weave from Dazzle coming out, which it's an interesting decision nonetheless, but I think he can get away with it. Yeah. There's not much mana to burn anyways.
Fair enough. Bat Rider, he's hunting bottom lane with that Blink Dagger. This time Lasso is up, but you see down here, Exotic Deer, he's already fallen back. Something gave it away. He's going to TP all the way to this bottom lane, spawn some trees, and this is just the Nature's Prophet playstyle. He's going to cut the creep wave, so they're pushing bottom is the dire side, but they're going to now have to be concerned about that, but the tier 2 bottom should be a success from the looks of it. I don't think that they're going to
have a creep wave, so if they see them grouping up on the top lane, Nature's Prophet bottom, you see 2 if not 3 heroes on the map, they might as well continue to push, because this is a bear with a Radiance, bonus damage to tiles as well. You have a Dominator creep with the region, so they have a lot of sustain, and they're actually grouping up Forbidden, just let the Lone Druid face bottom.
Top tower is under attack.
Here we go. Pushing tier 3 a little bit is Qualifier. With that Radiance, the Bear, of course, hitting hard. And his passive here, so the Radiant team, yeah, they have to get here and defend this. They get here pretty late, even the Earth Splitter coming out, so they might kill the Spirit Bear, but I'm guessing he has another summon. He does. Worst case, the Sprout's actually out of range, so he's going to save the Spirit Bear even, just by pushing so aggressively. So, yeah, very good sequence there from Mad Lads. What they're able to accomplish, it feels like.
On the T3.
So now with this Aegis of Terrorblade, I mean, this is a very, very close game. Do you have to use this Aegis aggressively, you think, or can you use it more as a farming Aegis?
I think it's more of a farming Aegis. You don't want your Nisha to get caught off in the jungle by the Bat Rider. we also already see the established vision for Mad Lads on the map, so they're looking for these targets with the Bad Rider. It's you also don't really want to give an Aegis to either the Weaver or the Lone Druid. They had trouble killing him so far, and if he has that Aegis up and the bear keeps running a T-Pad with the Radiance, that's a lot of potential damage coming out.
Yeah.
So it's more of a defensive Aegis, you could say.
Middle lane, Tusk. He's going to try to keep them back. Yeah, look at the levels, by the way. I went to the hero level real quickly. It's level 18 on Weaver. Then you have 14 next in line from Terrorblade. So that experienced talent definitely is working for Madara on that Weaver, as you said, especially get to 20, let alone 25 as soon as possible. That Shikuchi movement speed. I'm sure we'll see him get. Middle lane. This is definitely going to be a tier 2 middle tower going down, and the last outer tower remaining for Mad Lads right here. So far using it pretty aggressive with the Aegis, but again, I don't think they're going to overcommit here. Falling back. Ooh, top lane, they caught Madara. He's just trapped. He has a Shikuchi time-lapse right there, so he got trapped in completely. And it looks like for now he's going to be fine. Yet this does go to the one big concern right now, if you're the Radiant side, is you do look at the lack of lockdown to deal with this Weaver. And Elder Titan Echo Stomp's great, but outside of that, they really don't have much. We talked about Orchid, of course, but he has that Lincoln's now, so this should be a pretty free-moving game for Weaver.
Yeah, Lincoln's is really the deciding factor for him surviving those fights. It's not only Orchid, also the Sunder coming into play, so what do you have? You have a Mist Call, you have maybe the Spray to pop it, but it is about it. There's no Yules in their lineup anyway they can utilize. There's no 4-stars either on the supports yet. So you can't really interrupt the Lincolns, and you're gonna utilize this to the maximum. They're gonna push the T3 counter with the bear, and yeah, it's a dead 2-3 almost.
And it should be the Echo Stomp first there, because he is Earth Splitter, but again, the tier 3 tower definitely going down, but the Radiant team does not want to get this over free by any means. KZ, he lassos in Dazzle. Dazzle going to be fine for the time being, got feared away as well, but I believe he's going to be able to get some heals off, so nobody dead just yet. Pachos getting low himself, Borrow Time activated already. He has to be careful, almost dying actually, but Aphotic Shield heals him up. Nisha's here, no Metamorphosis. Remember, he has the Aegis, though. But the Death Ward is going to take him out, actually. Oh, the Sunder at the last second. Great timing there from Nisha. He will survive a little bit longer as a result, but they're still going in. The Walrus Punch, Aphotic Shield. Holy crap, the heals, though, from this Radiant side. But with that Maledict, it should be enough. Yeah, the Aphotic Shield maybe. He's actually going to live. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, middle, look at the base. Middle lane. Exotic doesn't get out. Oh, I was going to say, if he actually escapes too, that'd be insane. But he took out the melee racks meanwhile. I was wondering where Nature's Prophet was, and we have our answer.
Yeah, like he's doing the Nature's Prophet thing. You know, the one everybody fears. Nobody wants to mention it, but you know he's there on the map. Just being able to successfully defend their own base with only 4 people and not even losing the Aegis. It's a tier 3, which was almost dead anyways. Now, actually, it's Mad Lads looking at the disadvantage in this game. This opens up 2 shrines on the map for Kinguin. Nature's Prophet will be more than happy to just take that off with some treants and just keep pushing whenever he wants to. Sets up for a split push as well. Nisha with the Metamorphosis on one lane with the team, Nature's Prophet on the other. If they go for the Nature's Prophet, you're going to lose another axe, and vice versa.
Yep, more mind games coming out as far as that Rat Dota goes. And what to do at what time. Reflection from Nisha, chasing down Keizu. Conjures an image, running after him. Exotic Deer misses the Sprout. And a nice blink away from Keizu to survive. Terrorblade actually activating the Metamorphosis for this too, so they got to do something now. You don't just want to waste this meta. They're still running at
settle for the shrine.
Radiant's top tower is
He's got that Scotty. Oh, they catch Cinder in. Went a little bit too far up. Nice 4 staff though, but man, still so much damage. Can he get one more attack? Yes, he can. He takes him out. Running all the way to the base, so they get a hero kill at least.
Radiant structures are
already dying. Look at that base.
Middle barracks are under attack.
True. Madara's pushing bottom, Quickfoot's pushing top, so we have a bit of a base race on our hands. Back over here to the bottom lane on the Dire side. Down goes Cinderin, so he's going to be a dieback here. Out of the game for a good 38+ seconds, not the longest time. Maybe next time. Nice blink away after the fact. They take out Dazzle as well. Dazzle buys back immediately. I almost feel like Dazzle wanted that to happen so that he can get back and try to defend, but the top base is already destroyed. Madara, they're going for the melee racks bottom lane as well. Koikfa, can he do it? He does have the bear here with the Radiance as well as the Assault Curios. The Earth Splitter's not going to matter. They will take out the racks bottom lane. Back up to the Dire side. Patos, he's all in. Borrowed time. He wants the melee racks bottom lane. Will he get it? Couple more auto attacks. Oh, can they CC him long enough? Aphotic Shield. One more attack. Yes, he gets it. He's going to die for it. Terrorblade, of course, already dead. What is happening? This is madness here, bottom.
Yeah, there's one line of racks still intact for Kinguin, but they just probably ratting once more. They still have one range racks at home, which barely survives. But they're just gonna finish off the base ult, but it's just no right.
Okay.
You can't skip fast enough, can't you, with the camera?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at so many different objectives and think. I mean, the top range tracks is the only thing preventing mega creeps, and it literally has 39 life right now. So I was gonna say Nature's Prophet could just send a treants in here. That's gonna be fortification. What we get for now? Nature's Prophet himself, he is dead. But he kills the range racks, and there's mega creeps. We have mega creeps all of a sudden against one set of racks themselves up for Kinguin. This game just really went crazy mode.
I really think that the entire saving grace for Kinguin here is this tier 2 in the mid lane. That just, if did not win the game so far, still, Mad Lads just got mega creeped, but they're still 3k ahead. Yeah. This is pretty crazy, so they're gonna go death push down mid. They try to get this T2 rid of this T2, and we might as well look at a mega creeps versus mega creeps at sub 30 minutes.
That would be insane, but at this rate, it's very possible, it feels like it. Nature's Prophet's 15 more seconds before he's up. Has a buyback, but with the tier 2 still here. Gonna kill that off first. Terrorblade doing his best to distract constantly with the Conjure Image, but they finally kill the tier 2. Again, does Mad Lads commit to more of a push? Here's the question. Do they really try to make the mega creeps again? They're dealing with mega creeps themselves, so they might feel like they have to. Desolator just purchased by Qualifier, and he does have it on the bear, actually. So that will help now. Just watch this middle tier 3 start evaporating. A couple of hits, already down that much. Keizu, he's looking for a target. Does have his lasso ready to go. The bear taking some good damage. Patos, he's a little far up there. He does have borrowed time. Going to be pop. Pops his blade mail as well. Madara, meanwhile, time lapses. He's going to be fine. Borrowed time for Patos. He too will survive for now, but Terrorblade needs to be lassoed back into the fight. The Shallow Creep and Aphotic Shield both come out very early, but really wanted to make sure not to lose him, of course. The bear dies. Qualifier will summon his second one. And that might be a retreat cue for Mad Lads.
I don't think they can really retreat here. They have to go all in on this, otherwise they already have Nature's Prophet in the base taking chips at the T4.
True.
So it's kind of now or never for them.
Yeah, you're right. They kind of do, and yeah, I'm looking back at their occasionally tier 4 taking some damage, but Mad Lads is deciding, you know what, we have to, or else we're just going to lose our base. So Madara's in, Exotic Deer, he TP's out. They cannot finish him off or stop him. Their tier 4 is going to survive for now. They need to kill these treants and the mega creeps. It looks like the top one will survive, but yeah, the Radiant side, they're beelining towards Roshan. They just want to do this now. Cheese and Aegis is on him. Can Mad Lads stop this?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can reach out of the base in time. They lose the bear, that would be huge.
Yeah, that's big actually.
Good.
Oh my god. That roar. Yeah, don't chase too far. Sprout comes out, but he'll be fine. Tusk. Oh, Tusk. Tusk is trying to make an MVP play right here.
Do it.
Can he steal it? Shards for vision. No, he's not going to go in. They just picked up. And maybe next time figures it was a lost cause. Trying to get back now. So they got Aegis, they got Cheese on somebody else. Looks like Terribly got both actually for now. Whew. Meanwhile, tier 4, okay, the top tier 4 does go down. So the bottom one out. Yeah, you're right though with Mad Lads. Now that they've reset, now they're all of a sudden being choked in their base because of the mega creeps. And can they really push out at this point?
I don't think so. Not against the Terrorblade. There's also Nature's Prophet once more just pushing in all the side lanes. They must be really happy with their tier 2 in mid. That just basically was the game-winning factor. Despite the fact that there's still 1k gold behind for some reason.
Ooh. Madara gets out before they catch him. He was trying to find some kind of picks, but Dazzle had his support nearby, so no go for Madara. But with that said, his levels, he's level 23. But again, level 25, and it will be nice this game with that Shikuchi movement speed for sure. But it's not one of those that all of a sudden this game changes talents either.
Yeah, at least he would have a substitute for the boots. He still has not even brown boots at this point.
No, that's true.
It's pretty crazy, but he doesn't really need it anyway. So with the Orc, you have enough mana to just spam it to Kikuchi whenever it's available.
Butterfly finished on Nisha.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Going to be a lot of evasion kicking in now against the Weaver. As they're pushing out bottom, and again, if you're Kinguin, you don't necessarily need to go really deep into the base. You can kind of just keep the lanes pushed in. Oh, they even smoke up here.
Dire's bottom shrine.
For an opportunity, Snowball going to be used on the illusion. Metaform activated by Nisha. There's a defensive weave coming out. The bear is just melting, man. That Metaform damage just sitting on top, tunneling him. In the back lines, they get a lasso on Elder Titan, but it's actually taken off pretty quickly. Madara, he's in no man's land, it feels like. He does have his time lapse as well as a Manta style. So he's just really trying to be a nuisance. He's getting low. He will have to pop the time lapse, but he got stomped as soon as he time lapsed. He's still in trouble. The heal bomb comes out. He splits up with the Manta style, still being run down, trapped out with his Sprout, and they're going to finish the job, it looks like. 6 kill streak stop is had, and don't give up. That's going to be it. He doesn't have a buyback for 80 seconds. Kinguin going to take game number 1. What a crazy game it turned out to be. But the victorious Kinguin.
That was such an explosive game. It started off having like a really late game setup with late Druid and Terror late on each side, and then just everybody said like, yeah, let's take the risk, let's gamble. They just both go for base trades. Suddenly the Nature's Prophet lineup really is benefiting more than the lone Druid, it seems. I must say, man, that was exciting to watch. They just won with 8 kills.
Look at the stat line. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Look at the stat line here, the individual stats especially. If you were to say who won this game without actually knowing the winner, looking at the stats, oh, yeah, no, clearly Mad Lads won that game, right? You got a 7-0-7 Batrider, Tusk at 4-1-12, Madara 7-2-5. And on the other side, you have a 2-5-1 Nature's Prophet. But there's a lot more to it than just kills. You're right. They only got 8 kills, but it was the objectives that was done, specifically with the Nature's Prophet and the split push. And they just outgamed Mad Lads right there. And that's got to sting if you're Mad Lads, knowing that you have the advantages in a lot of ways for most of that game, and you just let that backdoor kind of get the best of you. As far as the trading goes. So, well, bottom, we got a crazy game number 1 in the books here. I'm now curious how game number 2 is going to look. Something tells me it's going to be entertaining, though, but we'll find out shortly. Again, I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Potom. This is the StarLadder League Invitational Season number 5 European Finals. And right now, Kinguin's up 1-0. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.